Developing news coming out on the drones that are now being seen all around the world. Take a look at the latest headlines with me. Do not approach the downed drones. Call the bomb squad, New Jersey says. Now, it has been confirmed that these drones, they are falling out of the sky. And take a look at this. I'm going to be sharing with you video footage that is not being played on the mainstream media. We are hearing that several drones now have fallen, but there are no reports on these. As I shared with you yesterday, news reporters were saying that they approached one, they were asking for information, and they were being told, stay away. We're not at liberty to tell you any information at this time. Now, because of my followers, I've been receiving tons of videos coming in, and I got to tell you, what I've been seeing is absolutely incredible. What I'm going to show you is not being played on the mainstream media, as there is footage of drones coming down, and we are hearing that this is now being confirmed in New Jersey, as they are saying, stay away. Official release has been put out. Take a look at this. New Jersey fire officials issue a warning to stay away from downed drones. I think at this point they realize people are seeing this. The video footage is being spread. They know that stuff is going on. And like I said, I'm going to play for you the video footage that I've received from a viewer, wants to remain anonymous. And just to clarify, this is not the one that took place Friday morning. This is a second one, he's saying, that took place Friday evening. And this just makes me begin to just doubt everything that they're telling us. We heard that there was one that went down Tuesday. They said, no, it was just a hobbyist drone. There was one that went down Thursday night. They said, no, hobbyist drone. Friday morning, the one that came out got a ton of publicity Friday morning. They said, we cannot confirm or deny. We're not going to give you any information on it. Makes you feel like were the other two real ones as well. Now we're also hearing this footage I'm going to play for you came out yesterday afternoon, evening time, as we were getting ready for the sun to set, and you can see what appears to be a massive drone falling from the sky, leaving a streak in the air. And so I'm going to share with you the latest, as they are saying that these are falling, and if you see one of these, they said, do not approach it. Call the bomb squad, call the authorities. And actually, it's the bomb squad. They're saying even cops, firefighters, they're warning them, do not approach these. But it makes you wonder why. Why do they not want us to be around these? What is it that they don't want us to see? Are they really concerned about our safety, or is it something else? Put a 1 if you think it's our safety. Put a 2 if you think it's something else. But I'm going to play with you the latest coming out on this. In addition to that, take a look at this. I actually have verified the information. As you guys know, here on the channel, I have to make sure that all the sources are fact-checked and verified. This is a release that has come out from the New Jersey Division of Fire and Safety, an intelligence bulletin, Fire Threat Task Force. This actually issued out this month, December 2024, recommendations for encountering downed UAVs. The New Jersey Division of Fire and Safety has developed several guidelines when encountering downed unmanned aerial systems, UASs, in collaboration with the NJSP and the FBI. New work, they are saying, do not approach these. And as you can see, New Jersey warns firefighters, cops, local authorities, avoid crashed drones over serious health and safety concerns. And let me know your thoughts. Is it health and safety, or is it they don't want us to know what actually is going on here? And take a look. They're saying firefighters, police, citizens, stay away. We want these people, whoever they are, to be the ones that are taking a look at what's going on with these UAVs. So we are hearing they are issuing out warnings. Don't go near them. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned here on the channel, I have had tons of reports, and thank you for all of them. And if I haven't acknowledged you and you've sent over videos and photos, I apologize. I've just received so many over the past 2 days. But I want to share with you this one of video footage of somebody in New Jersey that caught this yesterday, Friday evening. So just to clarify, not Friday morning, Friday evening. This is a separate event that has not been reported on by anybody. I'm going to share with you the video footage. And I've had people all over the nation, all over the world, in fact, telling me that they have seen these. And take a look. These are being verified. Thank you to my audience. I'm checking on what you are sending me and verifying information, fact-checking it. California drones spark mystery about the owners. We're hearing these are being spotted in California. These are being spotted in Texas. And I received that anonymous tip from a military base out in Europe, and it has been confirmed. U.S. military confirms. The military has confirmed drone sightings at air bases in Germany. These are everywhere. And like I said, I want to fact check everything. If anything comes up not accurate, I'm going to let you know. If it is accurate, I'm going to let you know. Now, a lot of people sent me this one. This one is not accurate. There is video footage of what appears to be they said a drone on the freeway in New Jersey or New York. that was a plane crash. That was not a drone. We have not actually seen video footage of one of these downed. The one that took place yesterday, they closed it off right away. They were trying to get footage, aerial footage of it. They stopped that. They would not allow any footage to go out of that particular one. Now, also, overnight, I've been hearing, and again, this is rumor. This has not been verified. I'm trying to find information on this. They are saying, as I shared with you yesterday, I heard that they have the ability to shoot. That is still a rumor, has not been verified. Now we're hearing they appear to be spraying something. There is no proof of this yet, but I've seen several videos coming out on this where people are saying they are seeing something being emitted from these drones coming down in like a streak of light. And I've seen several of these clips now. And so they're saying they believe they might be spraying something as well. Justin, thank you for the $2 super chat. Find this ridiculous that Joe Biden hasn't said nothing. Wait till you see the video footage on this. I've got some video footage from the mainstream media, and wait till you see this. They are letting it rip on John Kirby. There is a Fox News reporter says the exact same thing. I cannot believe that you guys are handling it the way it is. If you are upset with them, wait till you see this footage. This reporter vocalizes exactly the way we've been feeling, lets it rip. So I'm going to share with you the latest. And like I said, right now they are saying that these drones, if you see them come down, because right now there is only one supposed reporting of one actually crashing. That was yesterday morning. However, before that, they dispelled, they said they disproved the other crashes. They said those were hobbyists. Well, now it makes me wonder, were they actually hobbyists, or are they trying to hide something, spin something? You heard Donald Trump come out yesterday and say, listen, there is no way that they don't know what's going on. They are lying to us. And he said, tell the people the truth or shoot them down. And I saw a lot of people saying, yeah, shoot them down. Actually, there's footage of an individual trying to shoot it down, but it's so far away he couldn't reach it. But they're saying, don't shoot them down. I've also got an expert that's going to be sharing some information in a video clip. And he is saying, don't shoot them down, because there could be massive explosions that could take place. And that is why also they're saying, call the bomb squad. There is major concern about explosions coming from these drones. So more information coming out overnight. This is huge. And like I said, I don't suspect that this is the beginning of it, or excuse me, this is the end of it. This is just the beginning. As more information comes out on this is developing at an incredible rate. And I'm getting a whole lot of information, as I mentioned, from the audience, people. And I try to make sure that I'm double checking these sources. I don't want to give you anything that would be false information. I'm going to verify information, and I'm also going to say this is from an individual. I've had several people send me stuff, and it's stuff on TikTok that is definitely like edited, and I got to let them know, no, that's not it, or no, that's not a drone, that's an airplane. But I will do my best to make sure I get you stuff. I just saw a drone on X shooting from the sky, says Julia Jack. Yes, I've seen the footage of them shooting as well. I've seen the footage of them dropping things. Those have not been verified. And also, I had said it was a rumor one of them had crashed. That got verified yesterday. And now we're hearing there was potentially another one that crashed yesterday evening. I'm going to share with you the footage. There's no reporting on this coming out anywhere. So it is very, very interesting that such little information is being provided by the mainstream media. And a lot of this is coming out from local news. I'm finding local news or actual people recording with their phones, sending it to me. And I am sharing it with you guys, but the local news as well being shut down. No access, no information. Whatever is going on here, the U.S. federal government, they are not providing us with the information, which is exactly what we heard from Trump. He said, tell the people the truth. There's no way the government doesn't know what's going on. And we actually heard that member of Congress come out and say, they are lying to us. They know exactly what is going on. And I think at this point, a lot of us feel that way. Now, I'm going to play for you John Kirby that's claiming they have no idea what it is. They're trying to figure it out, that they're frustrated because they don't have answers. But like I said, I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. Now, do me a favor. I see we got about 9,000 people on with me live. It's 11:10 a.m. Central Standard Time, December the 14th, 2024. As I mentioned, more is starting to unfold on this. This is a developing story. As more comes out, I will keep you up to speed. If you appreciate that, take a second, hit the like button for me. That really does help this channel a ton. It just spreads this out across the YouTube platform so more people can see the video. Also, subscribe if you personally want to stay up to date and get updates on my videos. Subscribe. and then you'll see that bell. Click it to all. That'll give you notifications, so that way as soon as breaking news live updates come out, you can be notified of my videos. Also, I cite all my sources. I try to hold myself to the highest level of accountability to my community, so everything that I do, it's like a book report. They're linked down in the description. You can see the articles I'm referencing, along with additional resources as well. I've got affiliate Amazon links to things if you want to stock up, because we're hearing, what if one of these does have like an EMP or something that causes massive havoc? Might be a good idea to start stocking up now. I always say, don't be scared, be prepared. I will give you the latest information, and then you can decide what to do with it. Trail Runner says, thank you for keeping us up to date with the reliable information. $5 super chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate that a ton. I will continue to do so. And I see people mentioning Project Bluebeam. And I'm not sure if you guys saw yesterday, I was actually on Joseph Z's live stream, and we were covering some of the topics. I was just covering the information as to what is going on, but he had a special guest come on right after me, and he gave a lot of information about Project Bluebeam. JP, thank you for the $10 super chat. Kennedy, the moon landing, 9/11. And what they are telling us now, it is all lies. I still think that they will use this new technology against the U.S. citizens' worst enemy. Wow. Thank you for that $10 super chat. And I will continue to pray for our world. Now, let me go ahead and get you guys caught up on the latest. Now, first, let's go ahead and do the video that I've got that came in, and you can see it for yourself. Again, this was yesterday evening. So this was Friday evening. Friday morning, just to clarify, we had heard that there was a crash. I reported on it for you. This is something totally different. This took place yesterday evening, and there is no reporting that is taking place on this. So let's go ahead and take a look so you can see it for yourself. Here we go. Let's play this. So this came in to me personally from an officer in New Jersey. He wants to remain anonymous. He got footage of this. He said he believes this was several miles away, but he said it was huge, so big that you could see it falling from the sky, the streaks. And he said that it was a drone. And he said this was later on in the evening, right before sunset time. And he sent me this video along with another one. And he said that they're coming down. They're crashing. He believes that they are crashing, and they're not telling us. There's no reporting on it. And the one that was reported on yesterday, he said, as I shared with you, the local authorities said there was no information that they were going to be providing. Now, in addition to that, here's another video clip that he sent. Let's go ahead and take a look at it so that way you can see it. And again, this is just an individual. He told me he's a police officer in New Jersey, and he said, please keep me anonymous. But he said, we saw this, and he said, as a local authority, I know nothing. They are telling us absolutely nothing. He said, we don't know what's going on, but he said, there's no way to hide it. You can see this going on. You can see it in the sky. And he said, and they're telling us absolutely nothing. So he's very frustrated, and he said, Steve, please keep me anonymous, but please share the footage so that way people can see what's going on right now, because he said that this is happening. This is taking place. And either they are just totally ignorant of what's going on, or they are just bold-faced lying to us. Now, as I mentioned, they're saying that when these come down, so it just so happened that we had this crash that took place supposedly Friday morning. Now I have video footage. This is not being reported anywhere else, of one coming down from the sky in the evening. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. Put a 3 if you think that this is valid footage coming from this police officer in New Jersey. He sent this to me personally. I got this from nobody else. If you think that this is valid footage, put a 3, because just keep in mind that this is somebody that sent me this on social media. They recorded it from their phone. Or if you think this is something else, put a 4. Let me know your thoughts. If you think that this is a credible video, put a 3. If you think no, put a 4. I want to make sure that I'm providing you guys with the information. I will do a disclaimer and say that this is one of my viewers. They asked to remain anonymous. They got this footage. They said, I believe I saw a drone coming down. It looked like it was one of the drones and crashing from the sky, but there was no reports on it coming down. Now, in addition to that, it just so happens that when he sent this to me, now coming out, take a look at this. We are seeing articles that are coming out that are saying, if you happen to see a drone fall from the sky, please call the bomb squad. Do not approach. Do not approach, they are saying. So take a look at this. So it makes me even feel more so like this source that I got, this New Jersey police officer, is telling the truth. Do not approach downed drones. Call the bomb squad, New Jersey says. So right now they're issuing out a warning that if these fall from the sky in New Jersey, you'd need to not approach. X5 Podcast, thank you for the $500 super chat. Just got back from New York City. We seen at night the drones shoot something out like shooting stars. Yes, X5 Podcast, I have seen that exact same footage. I'm actually going to be, I don't have any articles. I've been searching on that to verify it, but I have heard that they're shooting. I also have heard that they are spraying something. And as I mentioned yesterday, I heard a rumor that there was a crash. Turns out the rumors so far have been true. I've heard rumors that they're in California, Houston. It was true. I received an anonymous source from a individual on a military base in Europe that they were at military bases as well. The exact same drones. Turned out it was true. So far, all the rumors that I have been getting information on before the news has been reporting on it has been true. And I've heard the same thing, that these drones have the capability of shooting. So I have heard the same thing, have not been able to verify it though. So as soon as I do, know that I will report it here on the channel. And by the way, X5 Podcast, thank you for your generosity. $500 super chat. You are amazing. Thank you so much for the support. God bless you. I appreciate that a ton. Now let's go ahead and get back to this article here. As you can see that this came out yesterday. They are saying to call the bomb squad. Now, this picture is kind of laughable. This is a small little drone. We're hearing these are the size of cars. State authorities have issued new guidance to New Jersey firefighters about approaching a downed or landed drone. At first responders around the state continue to receive calls about unexplained aircrafts. And again, this is not just New Jersey. This is now all over the world. Thousands of tips, they have come into the Federal Bureau of Investigation since they began investigating residents' reports of increased drone activity in their neighborhoods and near important infrastructure. Local officials in more than half of the state are fielding these same reports, including police and fire companies. Now, the New Jersey Division of Fire and Safety has warned firefighters not to approach any grounded drones, according to the bulletin obtained by NJ 101.5. Now, the intelligence bulletin from the Fire Threat Task Force instructed fire crews to notify local law enforcement and the FBI if they encounter a drone that has landed or crashed. They are to request local and state hazmat teams and also contact the nearest bomb squad. And again, I shared with you who it is that they want to investigate these, and it is people in hazmat suits. They're saying if you're a firefighter, police officer, local authorities, any of these, stay out. No information for you. Like we saw with the crash yesterday, the local news reporters for New Jersey and New York trying to get on site, they were saying, can you tell us what you found? Please tell us if there was anything. Is this one of those? They said, we are not at liberty to give you any information at this time. Nothing. There is no information coming out from the crash zones. This is a law enforcement incident. Extinguish any fire and secure the perimeter, the bulletin reads. Be aware that electronic devices and two-way radio systems may malfunction in the immediate area. Bob Farrell, thank you for the $1 super chat. Appreciate that a ton. And again, that is another thing we're hearing, is that these drones have the ability to disrupt other drones, battery failures. There are electronic pulses that seem to be coming from these. They are saying, be aware that your electronic devices, two-way radio systems may malfunction in the immediate area. And again, my thought on this is, what if these have the ability to have an EMP detonate? We could lose power from our grids very easily if we truly know so little about these drones. Firefighters are also advised to use full personal protective equipment. These guidelines were developed in collaboration with New Jersey State Police and Federal Bureau of Investigation offices in Newark, according to the Division of Fire and Safety. Balls, thank you for the $2 super chat. Bro, play the video already. Balls, I already played it. You can go ahead and skip back if you missed it. The New Jersey Firemen's Benevolent associations will share these recommendations with their members while they continue to assess the situation, President Ennie Donnelly told NJ 101.5. While other members share the same concerns many New Jersey residents have, we remain committed to being the first line of defense for our state. State and local officials are unable to interfere with the drone activity, and it is a federal crime to shoot down without federal authorization. The FBI is leading the investigation with the Department of Homeland Security and Federal Aviation Administration also involved as well. Now, the White House spokesman said Thursday that many of the sightings are not actually drones, but manned aircrafts that are being operated lawfully, and this enraged so many people. I'm going to share with you the footage. A news reporter actually discussing this with John Kirby and just tearing him to shreds. I'm going to play that for you here in just a second. The FBI and DHS also said that they have been helping local law enforcement in New Jersey with numerous detection methods, but also said that they have not verified the reports. Historically, we have experienced cases of mistaken identity where reported drones are, in fact, manned aircrafts or facilities, the agency's joint statement said. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircrafts operating lawfully. Wow. Let me know your thoughts. And again, I think this is just infuriating so many people that they are saying there's no threat. We don't know what they are. We have no information for you. Yet I am getting video footage from individuals like this coming out, and we can actually see things falling from the sky. We can see that there are drones circling around all over major cities now, not only around the U.S.'s mainland, but around the world. And it is very concerning as we don't know what they are. Are these a threat? We're hearing that they're shooting. We're hearing that they're spraying. We're hearing that they have EMP pulses that knock out other drones. And this coming from a New Jersey police officer that sent this to me overnight saying, Steve, please keep me anonymous. But they are not sharing what is actually happening here in New Jersey. He said, I've got video footage of one of these coming down right before the sun is about to set. No information. Nothing's being reported on the news. They are keeping us in the dark. And he said, and I am a police officer, and I don't even know what is going on right now. Now, as I mentioned, they are saying stay away. And this is actually to officials. So that police officer, very frustrating. He is saying, I'm a local official, and they're telling me to stay away. New Jersey fire officials issued a warning to stay away from downed drones. Old Man Gribbs, thank you for the $20 super chat. I bet this is just the Democrats setting up a red flag so that they will have a reason to declare martial law and not give over the White House. Wow. Let me know your thoughts if you agree with Old Man Gibb. I've heard a lot of people say that, Old Man. If you agree with Old Man Gibb, put a 47 in the comments for Donald Trump. Is this part of something to stop the transition of power of Donald Trump? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, also do me a favor if you haven't done so yet. We have an incredible 14,600 people on with me live. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button. That simple gesture just takes a second, helps spread this out further so more people can get the latest updates. And subscribe if you want to stay up to date if this is your first time here. Now, they are saying stay away. We're hearing that call the bomb squad. You need to be very careful with these coming down. The alerts list 8 recommendations for dealing with downed drones. It says the fire department across the state has been getting alerts from the New Jersey State Fire Safety Division and the FBI Newark regarding the mysterious drones seen flying over the state. The alerts list 8 recommendations for dealing with the downed drones. Now, they go through these recommendations here in these paragraphs, but I've got something better for you. I actually have the bulletin right here. I did a little bit of research, found this directly off the New Jersey Division of Fire Safety's website. There's also an article that has this linked to it as well. But I was able to find it, locate it. It says recommendations for encountering downed UAVs. Intelligence Bulletin 24-1 issued December 2024. And it says overview. The New Jersey Division of Fire and Safety has developed several guidelines when encountering downed unmanned aerial UASs, aerial systems, in collaboration with the NJSP and FBI Newark office. Here are the recommendations. You can see number 1, downed or landed drones should not be approached. Number 2, utilize the emergency response guide, Guide 111, to establish isolation and evacuation distance 330 feet in all directions initially. Fire service members should utilize full PPE with SCBA when establishing the isolation and evacuation distance and not re-enter the zones once established. Number 4, notify law enforcement, local law enforcement, and the FBI. Here is the FBI phone number, 1-800-225-5324. Request that the NJSP Hazardous Material Response Unit localized hazmat team come out. Hazardous Materials Response Team should approach the incident as a unknown and follow established environmental monitoring procedures as such to include radiation monitoring. Wow. Let me know your thought. Now, we are here. I'm actually reading this along with you. I didn't go through all of the 8 points. I'm just doing it live. Concerns of radiation exposure. So, and they're saying hazmat teams must be out there. Request the nearest bomb squad come out. Be aware of that electronic devices and two-way radio systems may malfunction in the immediate area. And again, this coming out, let's see here. What was the date on this? So here's the team that they're saying needs to be out there. The hazmat suits. New Jersey warns firefighters. This is coming from Shore News Network. So again, just to clarify, the resources are linked down in the description below. This coming out, it says a newly issued safety bulletin from the New Jersey Division of Fire and Safety. So I've also found this article that is specifying it. They have it. Where is the date on this? I'm pretty sure it came out today. I don't see a date on this. Huh. Okay, I was pretty sure it came out today, and you can see that the bulletin comes out December, but I wanted to make sure I could verify the date on that. It's either today or tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. For some reason, I'm not seeing it right now. But in addition to that, as I mentioned, we're hearing these all over. Now let's take a look at some video footage as to what it is that John Kirby has to say. And like I said, they are tearing him apart. Now, wait, actually, before we get to that, I just want to go over a couple of things that I received overnight as well. Verify some information for you guys. Tommy Morris, thank you for the $10 super chat. Also, if I missed you in the chat, I apologize. I see that we've had a couple of these come in. Dan Bugino is right. It's our enemy surveying the territory of the future attacks as DJS. Yes, it could be a foreign entity. It could be our own U.S. Or, you know, those are some of the things that they're saying. But let me take a look at this with you really quick here. So we're hearing that these could shoot and they could spray. So far, I've not been able to find any information verifying this. And here is some more research that's being done by this website. A video of New Jersey shows a drone spraying a substance into the air. Research is currently in progress. So we have not been able to verify this. Now, a lot of people sent me this footage. A drone. This is not a drone in New Jersey. Video shows a plane crash in New York. So if you have seen this where there's a couple of individuals driving over a bridge, they see a crash and the title says drone down, that is not accurate. And you can tell, I feel like, when you see it, that is a small plane that crashed in New York. We had the same thing here in Texas. I originally thought it was the Texas crash. We had a plane crash, emergency crash take place on the freeway here in Texas. But this one they're saying is one that actually happened in New York. So if you were seeing this, this is the video. Drone down with question marks. No, it is not a drone down. It is a plane crash. So just wanted to give some clarification on that. Now, in addition to that, like I mentioned, let's take a look at this and wait till you see the news reporter's frustration with John Kirby and what it is that he has to say on this. And I see more super chats coming in. Thank you so much. I apologize, I'm missing them. There's a lot of comments and a lot of super chats, and let me continue to keep you guys up to speed on that. I see you, though. Thank you, QX Scott. He said, can the equipment be different types of lasers that cost $25,000? I'm a vet from Iowa. It could be. It could be. I will keep you guys up to date as information comes out. Without a doubt, this is developing. But let's go ahead and take a look at this footage so you can hear what it is that John Kirby is saying and watch him get torn apart. Also, there's video footage coming out of the drones in the sky even more so. So take a look at this with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Communications advisor and assistant to the president. John, good to have you with us. You know, what do you make of the reaction? A lot of people were unhappy with that comment that you made yesterday and felt like you were, you know, telling people that they were nuts or that they didn't know what they were seeing with their own eyes.
No, not at all, Martha. That's the farthest thing that I would ever do. I was simply reiterating what the FBI and what the Department of Homeland Security have relayed to us about what they've been able to corroborate. And we haven't been able to corroborate everything. I said many of the corroborated sightings have turned out to be piloted aircraft. I didn't say all of them, and what I said was those are the ones we were able to corroborate. There's certainly ones that we have not been able to, and we don't know the answer to it. And I strongly recommend that for folks that are seeing these things and documenting them to share that as they can with the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI,
right, well, let's
the investigators.
do that. Let's share it with you right now. Let's put up this photo. This is the close-up one. Here we go. This is in Bernardsville, New Jersey. So, John, are you able to see this photo?
No, ma'am.
You don't have a monitor there?
No, actually, I turned the monitor off. It distracts me, so I didn't see
all
it. I'm
right.
sorry.
Well, you'll have to take a look at it after, but I can describe it to you. It is large. It has a white bar that goes through the middle. The right-hand side is half lit up white on the top and red on the bottom. The other side is green. So what would that, you're a former military person yourself. You're an admiral. You're the White House National Security Communications advisor. I'm sure you have seen some of these images. So what is that we're looking at?
It's difficult for me to tell you, Martha. We don't really know. It is possible that some of these things could be commercial drones, developed for commercl purposes. It's possible that they could be owned by private citizens.
But why don't we know, John? That's the point. Why doesn't the United States government know? It seems silly. I mean, it feels a lot like the Chinese spy balloon. It was like, oh, we don't know. It's not a problem. Then we watched it go all the way across the country, and we kept hearing, we're not really sure where it came from until we saw it popped and, floated down over the ocean.
That's not quite how it went. We were very honest with the American people that we knew it was Chinese, and we knew that where it was going to go, and we were pretty comfortable given the analysis that there wasn't going to be an intelligence threat by it. And we shot it down once it was over safe waters and wasn't going to hurt anybody. But back to this. Why don't we know? I wish I could tell you exactly why we don't have an answer for you here in the afternoon on the 13th of December, but I can tell you that we are working on it very, very hard to know, because we want to answer those questions the same as those folks in New Jersey want answers to them. And we are working on this very, very hard. We are now applying. There was an interagency conversation this morning about this topic where we have now decided to employ some additional technology to New Jersey and some additional personnel to try to get a better sense of what these things are. And as I said yesterday, Martha, as soon as we know, we're going to.
No, I hear you. This is shocking.
I
got to tell you, this is shocking. Okay, and I'm not the only person who feels this way. This was happening at Langley a month ago, okay?
Wow, okay, I just want to pause it for a second, because without a doubt, she is not buying any of this. And you could see her questioning, saying a lot of the things that a lot of people are vocalizing here. And John Kirby, she is outright basically saying he is lying. Do you agree? Do you think that John Kirby is lying? If you think he's lying, put a L for lying in the comments. If you think he's telling the truth, put a T, but let me know. I personally, and this is just my opinion from what I'm seeing with her expressions and her body language, I don't think she's buying any of this. Let me know your thoughts. Let's continue the video.
Okay, these people are not crazy. They're seeing these things with their own eyes. This is not normal behavior. They are not planes that are coming in one direction and they're heading into Newark Airport and then they're landing, okay? We spend $824 billion on defense. We have the greatest intelligent capability in the world. So how can you stand there and say to the country right now, gosh darn, we just don't know what these are?
Because I'm not going to lie to you or to the American people, and I'm not going to say we know something when we don't. And we would never, ever stoop to think that an American citizen was crazy or nuts because of what they're seeing and what they're documenting. We're taking that imagery seriously, and we're doing the best we can to analyze it, and we encourage people to come forward if they have additional sightings and imagery. We want to do the best we can to triangulate it, but I'll be gosh darn if I'm going to stand up here and make up stuff that I don't know to be true.
We don't want you to make up anything. Do you know and you can't say? Can you tell me that?
No, I'm telling you, Martha, I'm telling you we don't.
You don't know.
We can't corroborate every single sighting. Some of them we have, not all of them, and we're working hard to do that. We know people are afraid of it. We know people have concerns. We have those same concerns.
Yeah, because they're flying over your house, and it sounds like there are motorcycles landing on your roof. So let me ask you this: one, person who watched this online said they think it's a Pterodynamics Transwing Drone XP4, which is being developed by the U.S. Navy as a recon and logistics drone capable of picking up and dropping off packages between land and moving ships in high seas and winds. They're suggesting it's an American company. We asked the company. They said we can't speculate on the origin of the drones that are flying over New Jersey. So is that an avenue that has been inspected? Is this a private company that is practicing something? And wouldn't they have to clear something with somebody to have this kind of activity?
It could very well be, as I said, these could be commercially developed drones of some kind.
Why not just take one down and figure out what's going on?
Well, okay, the idea of taking something down, again, you want to worry about public safety. First of all, we don't have enough conclusions to take that kind of a policy action. But let's just assume for a minute, Martha, that we did. I mean, you're not going to want to shoot something down where it could hit somebody's house or hurt somebody.
Well, the Coast Guard says that there are 30 of them following one of their ships in the ocean. So would that work?
I mean, again, we have to develop the policy options based on what we know we're dealing with here, and we just don't know enough to make those to take those kinds of actions. But my goodness, we're going to do everything we can to find out.
Wow. Okay. Again, I just want to pause it because I just want to applaud her. She is not letting him off the hook. She is not buying any of it, and it's crazy to me. Did you hear the level of detail that they received from a source describing exactly what this drone was? We are getting more information. I am getting more information from my audience, from those that follow me here on the channel that are sending me video clips and stuff, and we are getting more information than they are releasing. A lot of this feels like it's being covered up, and she is not letting him off the hook because the frustration that the American people are feeling right now, the insecurity, where's the sense of knowing, and are we safe? This is being vocalized right now, and you can see the frustration she's experiencing as John Kirby is just giving very little answers. And I saw all the L's coming in the comments, people saying that they think that he is full of it right now, that he is lying. And he said, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. But Donald Trump yesterday as well coming out and saying, hey, there's no way that they don't know what's going on. Tell the American people or let us shoot them down. That is exactly what he said yesterday on Truth Social. All right. I just wanted to take a second, and I see L's still coming in. People saying this is a L for John Kirby. This is a lie. This is a loss. Hit the like button if you appreciate the updates. Let's go ahead and get back to the video footage.
Out, and we're going to share as much as we can. I understand it's frustrating for folks.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for us. We want to know as well.
What does President Biden say about it?
He also has tasked the team to look into this and to be energetic in doing it to try to get answers. He saw some of these images yesterday. He has talked to his team, including his top leaders, including at the Defense Department. And
have you called in like AI experts or said like, why don't we ask Elon Musk what he thinks, or brought in outside experts?
We're working really hard right now inside our in the interagency, and certainly supporting the FBI and DHS as they investigate this. And if we need to have additional conversations with people outside the lifelines, we certainly will do that. But I want to make sure I don't get ahead of the investigators and what they're doing.
It just seems weird. I mean, people, they're low. They fly fairly low, some of these. It just, I think, is amazing that the White House has no idea what's going on. I think that makes people feel really unsettled. In New Jersey, they sent out an intelligence bulletin, I should say, issued in December of 2024 with recommendations for encountering downed UAVs. And it says a downed or landed drone should not be approached. It says, request hazardous materials response unit or local hazmat team. And then it says, request the nearest bomb squad. Do you agree with those recommendations if one of these things comes into someone's house or lands in their yard, or they have to deal with it?
Yeah, look, I haven't seen that directive, but all that makes perfect sense to me as a former military person. If something like an aircraft of any kind lands in your backyard or close to you or your family, call the authorities. Don't approach it. You don't know what it is, and you don't know what kind of fuel might be on board. You absolutely should just call the authorities. Make sure you report it. Don't go near it. Don't touch it. You don't want to get hurt.
Okay. One last question for you, and it's in another area. It's in the Middle East, where obviously, John, there is a lot going on. There's a new headline in the Wall Street Journal today that suggests that the incoming Trump team is considering many options, including airstrikes in Iran, because we'll know something in 24 hours. We're going to know something in 36 hours.
We want to know.
What's the time frame? Like, I can imagine.
We had tried to do this through diplomacy. Obviously, that didn't. Options remain available to.
What do they tell? What are you hearing? Like, we'll know something in 24 hours. We're going to know something in 36 hours.
We want to know now. We want to know now. And that's why the president has charged his team over the last couple of days to get more granularity, to get more information, and to get more resources to New Jersey so that we can start to do better triangulation.
And Connecticut and Maryland and California.
We are working on this very, very hard, I can assure you, but I couldn't give you a date certain. I mean, it's going to depend on where the investigation. All
right, just want to pause it because I just skip over. They started switching topics, but they got back to it, and I love it. I love it. Hit the like button if you appreciate it, if you love it too, that she is holding his feet to the fire, basically saying, listen, I'm sick of the baloney. When are we going to have some answers? When are we going to know what's going on? We want information, and she is holding him. And you also heard her say, if it's not an issue, if it's not a threat, why did the New Jersey Fire Department, what I just shared with you, release this month an update on dealing with these UAPs? And they said, do not approach, don't go near it, call the bomb squad, police, fire, don't go near it, call the hazmat bomb squad and let them deal with it. What she's saying, what are we supposed to think with that? And yet you guys are claiming that there's no threat, and you're claiming there's nothing to be concerned about, yet they're issuing these massive warnings. I really appreciate this news reporter holding his feet to the fire, not letting him go off easy. She is grilling him. I absolutely love it. And if you appreciate it too, hit that like button. Let's go ahead and keep on with the video. This is good stuff.
Goes and how much more resources we can apply to it.
All right, John Kirby, thank you. We appreciate you taking the questions. Obviously, this is a very strange situation, and we look forward to getting answers and clarity on it very soon. Thank you.
Also, you heard her say, as I mentioned, we have now confirmed, and I heard this a couple of days ago, this is not just New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. This is now Maryland, Texas, California. This is all over, even around the world. Military bases, U.S. military bases are reporting these. We received confirmation. All the rumors we've been hearing, they've ended up being true. Let's go ahead and keep watching.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Thank you, John.
There's 1, 2, 3, like in this, like right here.
That's crazy.
I'm so confused. Guys, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, they're like all coming together. Wait, what the actual is going on?
What is going on? Lucy, you're not alone. Lucy Biggers is also social media editor at the Free Press. Lucy, welcome. Good to have you with us this afternoon. You know, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny. Nobody knows what they're seeing over their houses and in the skies. I want to play this for you, which is a soundbite from my next guest, John Kirby, who's standing by. This is what he said about these concerns and about what you saw last night at yesterday's White House briefing. Watch.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus. Upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
So, Lucy, describe what you saw. Did it look like it was an airplane with somebody flying it?
That's such a good question, because this morning in the light of day, I started to question myself and go, wait, am I crazy? Were those actually planes? And so I actually have been on the website Flight Radar 24 all morning, where you can go back and you can look at where planes are in your area. And I've been looking at that 10 minutes, where from 6:51 when I got off the train to 7:04 when I stopped filming, and I took a few clips in that time, and I'm aligning them up with the planes. I'm thinking, okay, could they have gone to Westchester, which is to the west, but I was pointing north, and I didn't find anything to corroborate that these were planes. And I will say they didn't look or sound or act like planes. Like, they kind of put your spidey senses up. You're looking in the sky and you see a plane all the time. You know what a plane is. You know what it sounds like. You know the speed. Your brain clocks that without thinking twice. Mm-hmm. And this was just weird. It was acting weird. But the crazy thing is, no one else noticed, because I had been on the train and the Free Press had just published an article about this. And so I run the social media. So I posted the article on the train, and I get off and I'm like, oh, let me just look at the sky and maybe I'll see something. And I seriously saw something right then. And I'm like, is it a drone? And then I see 3 more and I start filming, and no one else noticed. No one else was looking up. And again, if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't notice it, because they look kind of out of your corner of your eye. They look kind of normal. They're blinking. They're a certain size.
I know. The first time I saw them, I thought they were, someone pointed them out to me, and I was like, oh, there's the planes. But then they started going in a circle instead of a landing pattern, which I thought was kind of weird. Lucy Biggers, thank you very much for sharing your video and your firsthand experience. Thanks, Lucy.
Yeah.
We know they're not backyard drones that some hobbyist is using. We know that they're not a commercial company. We are a full decade behind where China is with drones. The government claims it's not them. We're not being told the truth. They are dealing with the American public like we're stupid.
Jeff Van Drew has really put himself out there. New York Republican Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis, good morning to you. You represent Staten Island. I understand they're going to have a press conference in about 40 minutes. Do you know what's going to come from that yet?
Well, look, we're demanding answers from our government. The government needs to be straight with the people. We need the Biden administration and our Governor Hochul and our mayor to tell us what is going on. I don't buy that they don't know what this is. I know that the state has actually put in a significant number of resources into drones. There are hundreds of drones that our state and city agencies are operating for surveillance. They were, over the summer, looking at the amount of sharks that were in the water. They were going over parties in the city of New York. Are they spying on us, our government? I mean, we don't know the answer, but I know that the government does know, and they just need to be honest with the people, because this is giving them anxiety. They're getting stressed over it. They're concerned, and rightfully so. And there's also the public safety aspect. Perhaps this is not a nefarious foreign actor, but there's real possibility here of an accident, of a crash. New York City is densely populated, and so there needs to be restrictions put in place. This cannot continue.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I don't think a lot of people are making that. There are a lot of aircraft in the New York City area just based on the population. Here's John Kirby taking a bit of a sidestep on it. Watch.
While there is no known malicious activity occurring, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight a gap in authorities. And so we urge Congress to pass important legislation that will extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities so that we are better prepared to identify and mitigate any potential threats to airports or other critical infrastructure, and so that state and local authorities are provided all the tools that they need to respond to such threats as well.
Okay, now, Barry, he was reading that, but I don't know, that just sounds ridiculous to think that this is on Congress.
Well, first of all, we can pass some authorities and resources so they can get certain equipment that they need, but that will take, obviously, years for them to implement. This could be a direct threat right now, and the government saying that there is no known threat doesn't mean that there is not a threat. And I go back to the public safety issue, because even if this is a commercial operator, which, you know, they're saying they don't have information that it is, there could be some type of accident that takes place or an explosion. We don't know what's in these drones, or, you know, if there's a certain type of batteries, or and I have to just say that this is unconscionable to me that the FAA is not putting flight restrictions right now, particularly over sensitive facilities. We have these drones flying over and I have to just say that
I just want to take a second to pause it and show you the map of where they are claiming that their sites confirmed. California, Nevada, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. Now, in addition to that, I've been getting footage from all over the United States. I've been getting footage from Texas, and I share with you an article that this is in Texas. I've been getting video footage from Florida. I believe I've also gotten some from Colorado and various states in the central U.S. as well. So right now, this is just what's being reported by the mainstream media, but I've been getting video footage from various states, and it's not being reported. And so anyways, like, I just thought it was fascinating that they're putting together this map that's growing of the locations of these. And we're hearing that they are all over. And like I said, around the world now is being confirmed as well. Let's go ahead and get back to the video footage.
That this is unconscionable to me that the FAA is not putting flight restrictions right now, particularly over sensitive facilities. We have these drones flying over the Verrazano Bridge, which connects U.S. Coast Guard base Fort Wadsworth in Staten Island, and then the U.S. Army installation in Fort Hamilton in Brooklyn. And these things are flying over like nothing. And they're also going over power plants and other critical facilities, even one of President Trump's homes. They put flight restrictions there, by the way, in Bedminster. They should be doing the same. So they have the ability to crack down on this today, and they're just not doing it.
Okay, one more quick thing. Brett Velikovich is awesome.
Okay, can you hear me now? All right, I apologize. I didn't switch over the microphone. All right, so I apologize for the breaks. The reason why I wanted to take a pause here for a second was because we had heard her say something that I thought was very, very critical, and that was the fact that she had said, listen, she said, we have the capability of stopping these right now. And she said that we are, can you hear me okay? If you can hear me and see me okay, put a 5x5. Okay, yes, people are saying they can hear me now. Okay, great. Okay, so the reason why I paused it was because we had heard her say something that I thought was very fascinating, and that was she had said that we have the ability of stopping these right now, but we're not. And it made me think, like, yes, we have the ability of stopping these. Why are we not? And this is just my speculation. These are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. But the way we've seen this unfold, when we had initially seen that individual come out from Congress that said that he had heard from a high-level source that this was from Iran, that had received technologies from China, that they had said that was false, that was not it. Initially, I had thought they're hiding this. They know something. We're seeing these around military bases. This is likely what it is, a foreign actor, our adversaries unifying against the United States, taking efforts against us. However, the fact that it has become so public and that they have still done absolutely nothing about it, it makes me question, are they not doing anything because they don't want to, because this potentially could be us? This could be the United States doing something. And also, and let me know your thoughts. I've got a poll on this right now in the comments. There's a poll. I see half of the room thinks this is the U.S. Now, initially, I thought these were foreign actors, but now the way this is unfolding, it really makes me question, is this us? Because if it is not us, is our government really that incompetent and that slow to act that they are letting a foreign adversary do this? If so, it really makes me think we are in major trouble if there were to be an attack against the U.S. If this is in fact a foreign nation doing this to us, this is really, really sad. This is really, really a major fail by our defenses. However, it makes me also think then, if it is not, it is the United States doing something and they're keeping us out of the loop. They don't want us to know what they're doing. That's why they're covering up these crash sites. They're not reporting on it. Local news authorities are trying to get information. Local news networks are trying to report on it. And they're saying absolutely nothing to them. And it makes me think this, and this is just speculation. I'm just kind of going down the rabbit hole with you here for a second. I hope that's okay. We had 2 members of Congress come out and say that they had received information from high-level authorities that wanted to remain anonymous, that it was coming from Iran, that there was a mothership and all of this stuff. Maybe that's what they wanted us to think. It's the U.S., and so they said, hey, let's tell a couple of members of Congress that we know will spread the rumor, and so let's tell them, don't tell anybody, but hey, it's Iran, it's China, and then sure enough, it'll leak out. And then we'll say, no, it's not that, but it's actually the U.S. And so I don't know. I really don't know. Originally, like I said, I thought it was foreign actors. Now I'm starting to question, is it the United States? I'm not going to tell you that I know because I don't. But just the way this is unfolding, it just seems very, very suspicious. And I don't know. Like I said, I'll continue to keep you up to date. But she said it, hit the nail on the head right now. Spot on. I thought she said, we have the capability of stopping this right now, but we are not. And then that provokes the next question, and that is why? Why are we not stopping it right now? Why is it so secretive? Why are there crashes taking place? We've got video footage of crashes taking place right now, and it is not being reported, but there are new documents coming out saying if you encounter a crash, call the bomb squad. How would they even know that? So let me know. Do not call local authorities. Don't go near it. Stay away. Call the bomb squad and call the FBI. That is what the directions are saying. And again, just very quickly, I'll share this with you for those coming on a little bit late. I'm going to jump back to this video in just a second, but let's take a look at the headlines again so you can see them. Don't approach downed drones. Call the bomb squad, New Jersey says. I've got video footage from individuals coming out from police in New Jersey saying, Steve, please spread the word. Keep us anonymous. Drones came down last night as well. It was not reported. New Jersey fire officials issue a warning to stay away from downed drones. Here's the actual release that came out from the New Jersey Division of Fire and Safety, issued this month, December 2024, recommendations for encountering downed UAVs. Do not approach them. They're saying call the bomb squad, call the FBI. Here is the article that is associated with this that is linked. And you can see they're saying, do not call police. Do not go check it out. We're going to call this hazmat team. They are going to come out and review what there is. And they're giving no information to local authorities, news reporters. And this is being confirmed in California, Texas, all over the nation, all over the world now. U.S. military confirms drone sightings in U.S. air bases in Germany and Europe, as I heard a couple days ago from an anonymous source. And we're hearing that this stuff is coming out everywhere. And I'm fact-checking all the information for you as it comes out. Now, as it comes out, like I said, I'll let you know what is factual, what is not, because there's so much information coming out that's developing. I'll keep you up to speed on everything. And they are holding John Kirby's feet to the fire. But let's go ahead and get back to the footage so that way you can see it. And if you appreciate it, like I said, do me a favor, take a quick second, hit the like button, help spread this out further across the platform, hit subscribe to stay up to date. Let's get back to the footage. I've got a lot of footage here. We've also got a drone expert that's going to be explaining a couple things and why he is saying do not shoot it down. We're hearing a lot of experts saying don't shoot them down. And he's actually going to say, he said he was disappointed to hear Donald Trump say that, because he said that that is not good advice. But Donald Trump gave that as a ultimatum. He said the U.S. government knows what's going on. The U.S. government needs to tell the people the truth, or we need to shoot them down. So just clarification on that. They're saying, please don't go out there with your rifles and try to shoot them down. But let's get back to the video footage.
Some on this topic. Just roll this with Laura Ingraham last night, what he said now.
The technology exists to stop this. We just don't have it in the U.S. right now. I don't care what they tell you. I can tell you 100% the U.S. government does not have the properly needed counter-drone systems and detection devices widely spread over these areas of interest that are truly capable of defeating the global drone threats we face. There's threats out there. We got to focus money in the right places.
He's not wrong about that. Here's what I feel. I don't feel at harm. I mean, if this thing was firing at us, it'd be a whole different deal here. But I would like to know what the harm is in letting us know what it is. Last comment on that.
You're exactly right. People want answers. We just want transparency. We need our government to be straight with us. We feel like we're in, characters in the War of the Worlds or an episode of the Jetsons, and that is not right. The public needs to be made aware of what is happening and just tell it to us straight.
Yeah. Anything less than real answers is no good for you, as you write at foxnews.com. Thank you, Congresswoman. We'll see what they say at 10 o'clock in Staten Island. Thanks for coming on. Nice to see you.
Dr. William Austin right here, the chief pilot for Warren Unmanned Aircraft Systems. He joins us now to talk more about what we're seeing up in the sky in New Jersey, New York, and now Connecticut and Long Island. Largest models of consumer drones are available right now. This is some of the things we're going to get into. First off, great to see you. How did you become an expert in this area?
One of our politicians wanted to have the drone program because it's the way of the future, and I went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University and learned everything I could possibly learn about drones.
All right, so before we get into what you brought with us, let's take a look at some of the footage and tell me what you think we're seeing. Why are we seeing so much in the sky? Are we just looking up more?
It's really the first time people are looking up in the sky. So when we look at this, when I see these images, they are airplanes. Right. And what happens is there's something called the parallax effect.
What about this? This is brand new. No one's seen this yet. This is right in front of my house. This is in Wantagh, Long Island. Can you see that a little bit?
Yeah, that is either a small drone or a very high altitude airplane.
Okay, yeah, this is Connecticut. Okay, we got one along. Okay, you don't know the difference. Are you worried about that?
I'm not worried about the large drones because we would be able to detect most of those through systems and sensors that they have on them.
What about that? What is it?
That's an airplane.
Okay, that's an airplane. That looks good. All right. So let's talk about what we're seeing now and what we could be seeing in the sky. First off, this model is what?
This is the Census Centero. It's probably one of the finest American-made drones available today. And we would use this. We use it to sense things on the ground, mainly during the day. Things like crops. We might look at land.
Right.
We could do search and rescue with this drone.
But you also told me look in here. Right?
Yeah, so in here, and if somebody wanted to be nefarious, what you do is you take the lights off. You never leave the lights on. You paint this thing black. It flies autonomously a lot of the way. We fly this from a trailer. Inside here is a normal payload where we put a camera, but someone could put something more dangerous in here. If I flew this over your house, it takes off like a helicopter, turns into an airplane. These propellers only spin when it has to adjust aerodynamically. I would be silent most of the time. You would never know I was there.
So yeah, the fact that we see it and can hear it shows maybe we should relax a little bit more.
The other nice thing about this one is it changes from radio frequencies to cell phone automatically, so you can go. This is an Agris T30. So this Chinese. This is a Chinese agricultural drone. We use this for spraying. They have another model called the Fly Cart, which will hold things in it. So like for deliveries and stuff like that. This one has a 9-foot wingspan, but they make them up to the size 100. Basically, everything you see here can just be made bigger and bigger.
When we see people say, I looked up and it's the size of my car, could they be seeing this?
They could be seeing something like this, but it's unlikely that you would fly these at night. These are really designed to be used during the day. So my guess is what people are probably seeing are mostly aircraft and these small drones we have behind us. When you look at the sky, it can become very deceiving as things pass each other for anyone, including us who are professional aviators.
China made?
China made.
Parts too. Even the American drones have Chinese parts. This is
probably the finest drone ever designed. This is the DJI M300. Chinese again. Has double of everything redundancy.
Why would I use this?
You would use this for mapping, for search and rescue, for any kind of bridge inspections. This is definitely a commercial drone. The thing to remember about this is the Chinese can control this drone. They can turn off the wings from China. They can decide you can't go into a prison.
If I buy this in New York, they can shut it off in China?
Yeah, if President Trump comes to Bedminster, they can shut the wings off so it will not fly at all.
Wow.
So that means it downloads, which means data can be uploaded
and
as well.
all these consoles roll it, and these are?
This is a DJI Mavic, which is probably the most common drone on the market today. Again, this is probably what people are seeing most of the time. It's probably their neighbors putting up drones looking for other drones.
So, William, what kind of defense do we have to stop this if they have nefarious means?
Yeah.
If they want to do something evil, what are we capable of doing?
Right now, it's really difficult because the FCC controls radio frequencies and the FAA controls aircraft. So it's really counter UAS to take these down. You have to work, and really only some law enforcement can do it, and it takes a tremendous amount of training, and there's no money involved. We need to put money in the training.
And here's the thing. China has 80% of all the drones, and you say they are almost 100% of these parts are Chinese. So they can control if we want to use these as weaponry or anything, right?
Yeah, this is the biggest concern. What are we doing not manufacturing our own drones in this country, not developing our own counter UAS systems, and really spreading this out throughout our country? Our students who graduate with a 2-year degree now make $100,000 a year to start in this business. So it's a good business, it's lucrative, but we need to control our destiny.
And real quick, what are we seeing in the sky in New Jersey? Should we be worried?
Definitely do not be worried.
Are you guys interested in this story? Yeah. Are you worried?
Yeah. Don't be worried.
All right.
It's the way of the future.
William says don't worry about it, but the Chinese, we got to start doing what the Chinese are doing.
We have to be better than our adversaries.
All right. William, thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
We're out here freezing with a scarf. You're a smart man, though, for dressing appropriately.
Former Homeland Security Secretary was over on, or actually current, I should say, over on CNN, talking about this and what they're seeing or not seeing. Take a listen, Byron.
Let me calm those nerves. We have not seen anything unusual. We have not seen any unusual activity. We know of no threat. We know of no nefarious activity. It is very common for individuals who think they see drones to actually see small aircraft, and we have a case of mistaken identity.
That's tough to listen to, Byron.
I'm not reassured here, and as a matter of fact, the joint statement between DHS and the FBI was kind of the same thing, just said basically nothing, said, well, they're probably airplanes, but we don't really know, and maybe we'll find out. So I think the lack of transparency here is just extraordinary, especially since you have actual officialdom raising real questions about this, meaning the governor of New Jersey, the new senator from New Jersey, the former governor of Maryland. I mean, there are a lot of serious people talking about this, and they're not getting any answers from the government either.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and
there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, they're claiming that you're just seeing planes, that a lot of this is false. Let me know your thoughts. That's what we're hearing from John Kirby, from some of these drone experts. They're saying what you're seeing is not that. It's not drones. You're mistaken. Yet at the same time, I'm getting video footage of these drones falling from the sky. People are reporting seeing these strange activities all over. Let me know your thoughts. Again, if you think John Kirby, the United States, the government is lying to us, put a L. That is exactly what we had heard from Donald Trump. He said, listen, they're lying to you. And either they need to tell the truth or we need to shoot them down. And we also heard that from those two members of Congress as well, saying they're playing the American people for fools. They think that we're stupid. They're lying to us. They know exactly what is going on. Now, he is saying that high-level people are telling him that it is from Iran, it's from China. And I've got the poll going on in the comments right now. Let me take a look here. 3,430 people have voted on the poll. 50% of them are saying they believe that it is the U.S., keeping us in the dark as to what they're doing. 30% of the poll is saying Iran and China. Almost 25% of the people on the poll are saying, 20% are saying it is aliens, that they are covering up alien information. Thank you for that. And L's are coming in for lying. If you think he's telling the truth, put a T, but all I'm seeing are L's right now. Everyone thinks that they know more than they're letting on, and they're lying to us. And in addition to that, as I mentioned, they are saying information coming out, call the bomb squad. These are falling out of the sky, and if you encounter that, call the bomb squad. I've got video footage that I've received of these falling out of the sky from individuals that have sent this to me from the New Jersey Police Department that are saying, Steve, keep us anonymous, but they're not reporting on this. I've got video footage of this falling out of the sky. This came yesterday, Friday evening. No reports on this anywhere. No video footage, no reports, but he's saying that I saw it, and I'm a member of the law enforcement here, and other people saw it. They've got recordings, but nobody is sharing it. So he said, please just get this information out. And if this wasn't happening, would we be seeing articles like this? New Jersey fire officials are issuing warnings to stay away from downed drones. So we have seen this once. Now we're hearing that there are drones. There's likely more that are coming down, and they're not telling us. And that is why we saw this release. This is the official release from the New Jersey Division of Fire and Safety. Fire Threat Task Force issued December 2024. They give an 8-step thing for safety recommendations. They're saying, do not approach it. Call the bomb squad. And call the FBI. We will send out people to make sure that we can check on this. But if you are law enforcement, don't check it out. Fire department, police department, stay away. Everyone stay away. And we're seeing this in California, in Texas, around the world, in Germany. And also, I am checking up on everything for you. There's a lot of rumors going around that they can shoot. There's rumors coming out that there's stuff being sprayed out, rumors of other crashes. Like I said, I'm going to check up on all this for you so that way you know exactly what is going on. And if you appreciate that, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you haven't done so yet, help spread this out further. Subscribe to stay up to date. And also, I've got just a couple more clips here. Very short clips. I know that last one was pretty long, but it was so good. She was holding John Kirby's feet to the fire for answers. But I've got just a couple more updates that are going to give us a little bit more information as to what is going on so that way you can see it for yourself. And the drone experts are saying, though, that they think that a lot of these are planes. But I see the L's coming in as they say, no, people think that they are lying to us right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this so that way you can see it.
And here's John Kirby on with Martha McCallum and try and find an answer as to what's going on in what he says. Watch this.
Why not just take one down and figure out what's going on?
Well, the idea of taking something down, again, you want to worry about public safety. First of all, we don't have enough conclusions to take that kind of a policy action. But let's just assume for a minute, Martha, that we did. I mean, you're not going to want to shoot something down where it could hit somebody's house or hurt somebody.
Well, the Coast Guard says that there are 30 of them following one of their ships in the ocean. So would that work?
I mean, again, we have to develop the policy options based on what we know we're dealing with here, and we just don't know enough to make those to take those kinds of actions.
Have you called in like AI experts or said like, why don't we ask Elon Musk what he thinks, or brought in outside experts?
We're working really hard right now inside in the interagency, and certainly supporting the FBI and DHS as they investigate this.
Look, John's a Pentagon guy. He knows exactly what's going on in this, and they're not being completely candid. And I can say that in this respect. When he says we're working on it, what about following the ship? I think Martha made a brilliant point, and he's saying, well, we still don't know exactly what all the contingency plans might entail. Listen, let me tell you something. If there's an actual threat of U.S. military personnel and or armament, equipment, they're going to bring that thing down. I can tell you that right now. So in this particular case, he's being a little opaque, and I think he's intentionally so. Real quick, I want to share this. This is Dawn Fantasia. She's the New Jersey Assemblywoman, and she sort of responds to this sort of cat and mouse game that you heard Kirby playing there with Martha MacCallum.
When you have spokesmodels coming out of the White House like Admiral Kirby directly conflicting with eyewitness accounts, and not just civilian accounts. We have eyewitness accounts from military personnel. We have spokespeople from the military, from Naval Base Earl in Monmouth County, from Picatinny Arsenal up in my neck of the woods on the border of Sussex and Morris counties. When you have those individuals confirming these, when you have the colonel of the New Jersey State Police, Patrick Callahan, flying up his men in a helicopter to do surveillance and noting that these drones are 6 feet in diameter, that they turn off their lights, and then they become undetectable. And then you have a spokesmodel out of the White House saying these things. It's nonsense. It does nothing but cause public chaos.
You know, I just think the only logical conclusion we can get to are the one you alluded to earlier, Kevin, that they're ours.
Yeah.
And they're from an intel agency. And they're not telling anyone, including local authorities, which leads to, I think, the most important question: why? What are you doing? What would we be doing, and our intel agencies be doing over New Jersey with all these drones?
And just since the election, too, this was all happening, what, 3 weeks ago? And it's been going on for weeks now. And to me, it would seem to be, as a matter of course, you would not only want to interdict, obviously it could be a public, they would talk about public safety. Let me tell you something. If you have several drones, dozens of drones, who knows how many up there, isn't that a concern for public safety? You can't have John Kirby on the one hand say, well, we can't bring it down, Martha, because of public safety. We're worried about public safety right now.
And Martha saying, well, the Coast Guard did come out and say that there are 12 to 30 drones that were following one of their ships. So which is beyond concerning in and of itself. But if you do shoot it down over the ocean.
Exactly.
I don't know, though, Will. I mean, people are so worried about this, and they're flying at a low level. So why would a federal agency make something that they're doing so obvious and just focus on the New Jersey area? It's just so strange. I don't know what it could possibly be, and that's the big issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Let's bring in Drone Service Providers Alliance CEO and FAA consultant Vic Moss. Vic, great to see you. You think, as John Kirby said yesterday, just based on looking at a lot of this video, that these are manned aircraft, just based on your expertise?
Well, I don't know if I'd go with expertise, but certainly I'm a photographer, videographer, and I kind of know what I'm looking at. But the vast majority of the in-focus video, I'll say in-focus video that we've seen are aircraft. It's pretty easy to designate, to really see whether or not it's an aircraft. I'm not saying all of them are, but with the exception of one video I did see this afternoon, it's pretty obvious that they are aircraft.
So one of the problems is
Okay, so let me know your thoughts on this, because a lot of the drone experts coming out and saying that they believe that a lot of these are mistaken identity, that they're actually aircrafts, small aircrafts. However, you also heard the news reports where they were saying, listen, stop gaslighting the American people. We literally have military people on these bases that are seeing this with their own eyes, saying these are not aircrafts, these are drones. And now we're seeing that they have these experts coming out now and claiming that you're not seeing, you didn't see that. What you're saying you saw, you didn't see. Gaslighting. Let me know. Is that what you think it is? If it is, put an L in the comments. If you think, no, they're telling the truth, that we are mistaken, put a T for the truth, but put an L if you think that they are lying. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit the like button. I see we've got a lot of new people coming in, so if you've missed it, basically we are hearing that they are saying call the bomb squad if you see these fall from the sky. Now, yesterday I shared with you in the morning that one had fallen from the sky. Last night I received actual video footage of another one falling from the sky. This is not from the news. This is not coming out anywhere else. I've got individuals from the channel sharing with me their video footage. And if you see footage and you record it, they are saying record it. If you see these, if you go out at night, record it, Call the local police. And also, I'm saying if you got footage you want to share with me, please do so. I received so many messages. I'm happy to share them if we've got new information coming out. And actually, we've been a step ahead, it seems like, of the media's reporting because of all the stuff that we're getting from the viewers. And they are saying, stay away from the drones. They're saying, call the bomb squad. There is major concern about these. And they're saying this coming out, you can see December 2024, that they're saying, stay away. Recommendations, do not go near it. Call the bomb squad. Call the FBI. Let us handle it. And they're also saying, as I mentioned, the video footage I got was actually from a police officer in New Jersey who's saying, I don't even know what's going on. Steve, please just share the information. Another one came down. There was nothing reported on it. This is happening in California, Texas, Germany, all over. But so that is what we're hearing. Again, let me know your thoughts. Lies? Is this the U.S. government? Is this Iran and China? What do you think that this is? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's get back to this video footage.
Nobody's really been able to pin that down. We're sort of speculating on that. So then you get the question of, okay, well, what do we do? And because there's sort of no official response, one of the things that even the president-elect has said, look, if we don't know what they are, let's take them down and figure out what they are. But taking them down is tricky, right? I mean, so like, you can't just do that in the neighborhood, right? So if you're going to do something like that, how do you do it?
You don't. Let's just dispel that myth right now. Actually, really incredibly disappointed in our president-elect for stating that. First of all, shooting down a drone is the same thing as shooting down a 747 legally. We are protected under 18 U.S.C. 32. And the illegality and aside, the idiocy and danger behind it is, first of all, if it's a legitimate drone, let's make sure we say if, then you're powered by lithium polymer batteries, and you puncture a lithium polymer battery, you've got a fire on your hands. So you've got a dive bomber basically, and if you shoot it down over your neighbor's house, your insurance is going to be rebuilding your neighbor's house. But since so many of them are also, I don't know if I want to use the word also, but let's say so many of them could be manned aircraft. If you shoot down manned aircraft, you don't even know what the implications are there. So no, shooting them down is out of the question, 100%. Nobody should do it. No, just don't. I mean, there's no excuse for it, really.
But Vic, I want to in part justify the concern that people on the ground are expressing about what is happening.
Sure.
And it's because of this vacuum of information. And it is because for a long time there have been drone incursions over military installations. And we were talking about the 17-day swarm over Langley, which was not run by a hobbyist. It's happened over Edwards in California. I could go on. And even with the one in Langley, the federal government, the Department of Defense, the Department of Homeland Security, they could not figure out how to get these drones out of the sky. They were even talking about, oh, the Coast Guard can just shoot nets into the air. This is our federal government. And so we don't have any decent counter-drone technology to deal with this, militarily or otherwise.
We do. We actually do. We have counter-drone technology that can take care of this. It's incredibly limited in scope, as it should be for now. And there are some serious, there's a number of different things that has to happen in order for the approval to take something down out of the sky when it comes to drone and counter-drone technologies. It should kind of worry everybody that nobody knows what these are. Yeah. And again, most of them are aircraft. I'm going to say that just right off the bat. Most of them are aircraft. People outside don't normally walk around with their heads in the air. Now we are at night. And so we're seeing things we don't normally see.
Right. Yeah.
But
it should worry. It is worrying that we don't know what they are. And that's the point of having the conversation. And we got to sort it out one way or another. Vic, we're out of time. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate your expertise. Good to see you. All right.
Absolutely.
There you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Now, this is a developing story. As more comes out, I'll be sure to share with you here on the channel. And as I mentioned, I'm getting video footage coming in. If you have video footage, be sure to send it to me if you have some new developing information. I am on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Spotify as Steve Ram. I am on Instagram and TikTok as Steve Ram 3. And if you got messages, Instagram is my preferred social media platform to contact me directly. Instagram, Steve Ram 3. I also have a Facebook page, Steve Ram News, and I've got a newsletter that is Steve Ram News, and my X account is Steve Ram News. And I want to say thank you to all of those of you that have sent me stuff over the past 48 hours. It is because of you that I've been able to get information before the news has released it. And I try to let people know that these are rumors that I'm getting from the audience. But then so far, man, a lot of them have been accurate. Now, I've also gotten some weird ones where I'm like, okay, no, this is not accurate. But if I feel like there's validity to it, if you have actual resources, information, let me know. I will look into it, and I'll try to make sure that we can verify the claims. So again, thank you to the individual that was from the New Jersey Police Department that sent this to me. Thank you for the individual that was at the military base out in Europe that told me this ahead of time before it was reported on the news. I will continue to confirm all the information. And if you guys appreciate that, do me a favor, if you haven't done so yet, take a second. Hit that like button. I see we've had almost 17,000 people while we've been live. Hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. Help spread this out further. Hit subscribe to stay up to date. Turn the notification bell to all. This is developing stories on this, and as it comes out, I will be sure to share. And also, articles will all be cited. Try to make sure I hold myself to the highest level of accountability for my audience. They're all linked in the description below with hyperlinks and additional resources as well. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will continue to keep you up to date, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is Steve.